the nodes will be in Taurus Scorpio until July of 2023. Just because I always like to do this and look back at like how often do these energetic cycles play out, how often are they coming around, and so I did the math, and these cycles happen every 18 years, 7 months, and 9 days. So that means the last time that we lived through this exact energetic cycle of the North Node transiting Taurus while the South Node transits Scorpio, the last time it happened was April 13th, 2003 through December 25th of 2004. So I don't know about you, and I invite you to go backwards, travel through time in your mind, take your time machine called your brain and go back to April of 03 through December of 04 and tell me what you were doing. What were you doing? Because for me, holy moly, were those like the worst of my teenage years as far as clashing for power with my parents. It was a big time of them trying to enforce their power over me and me breaking free of said power to exert my own power. And that is so fascinating as far as getting into what does this cycle really represent where the nodes are going through Taurus and Scorpio. So the North Node and South Node are what's called an axis. There are lots of different axes. Sure. In the natal chart, and one of them is the North Node, South Node. And what that means is that they are points that are opposite each other. So on this natal chart wheel, there are 360 degrees. It's a circle. So half of that is 180 degrees. So that means that these 2 points are exactly 180 degrees apart. So they are opposite of each other. So they always inhabit sister signs. And sister signs can be understood as the signs that are opposite each other on the zodiac wheel. It's always the same. Aries is always opposite Libra. Taurus is always opposite Scorpio, Gemini is always opposite Sagittarius, and so on. So those oppositions are an axis all their own. Those pairs of sister signs have shared attributes, and yet at the same time, they are complementary energies, meaning that getting better in one of them will help balance the weak spots of its sister sign. So like Taurus is notoriously very earthly and in the physical realm, whereas Scorpio is way more inhabiting the energetic realm, the emotional realm, the psychic realm. So they balance each other. Taurus has physical senses, Scorpio has psychic senses. So working on each of them helps balance the weak spot of the other. And so when we think about these North Node, South Node transits, they last 18 months per sister sign combo. And so you think about that means that about 9.5 years ago was when the North Node transited through Scorpio. So we have that cycle going on. So like South Node going through Taurus 9.5 years ago, and now it's the North Node's turn to go through Taurus, and South Node's going to go through Scorpio. So that has a pretty different flavor depending on which end the North Node is on and which end the South Node is on, because they are both doing very different things. So to understand this axis takes us into a realm of astrology called karmic astrology. And this opens us up to a dimension where reincarnation becomes a really helpful concept to understand not just this South Node, North Node axis, but also why are we here? Like, what the hell is the point of being human and being alive? And why would I put up with all of this nonsense? What could possibly be the point? And karma is the point. Like that's very much kind of the currency of this universe is karma. And that is why we keep coming back over and over and over. And if that's something that like doesn't really land in your consciousness, like it just doesn't resonate to think about reincarnation and past lifetimes and when you die in this lifetime, future lifetimes, if that's just really like too far out there for you, you can also think about the South Node just simply as the way your childhood manifested. So your very earliest experiences are also an extension of your karma, and both what you're here to pay back in this lifetime and what you're here to rack up. The positive karma that hopefully you're going to accrue through the spiritual development path that you've set out for yourself.